Hello everyone, today I'm going to be taking you on the Jurassic World Tour at Kualoa Ranch. But before that, I'm going to be hiking Diamond Head, and that is something I've always wanted to do. This is my third time in Oahu, and I've never gotten around to Diamond Head, so I thought today I'd finally hike it. Today is also my last day, so I'm pretty sad that it's the end of my trip, but I really wanted to hike Diamond Head so I could cross off one more thing off my bucket list. Let's head over to Diamond Head now. I just reached the top of Diamond Head, and the feeling of reaching the top is amazing. You have a beautiful view of Waikiki. Diamond Head is definitely a hike I highly recommend. I saw many people of different ages doing it, from the young to the old, so anyone can really do it, and it is so worth it. A must is getting here early. Definitely get here at 6 a.m. when Diamond Head opens. When I came at 7:30, the parking lot was full, so definitely don't do what I did. Now I'm just going to enjoy the view while I head back down the mountain. I just got down from the summit, and it was definitely worth it to hike Diamond Head. It was on a crowded side, but it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I highly recommend it. I'm leaving Diamond Head now, and I'm heading to the Waiahole Poi Factory for lunch because I'm getting pretty hungry after hiking Diamond Head. I'm back in the car now, and it's time to try our food. The first thing I'm going to be trying is the chicken long rice, and I just got a side of this. This is delicious. The chicken is tender and juicy and flavorful. I love the flavor of the broth. It's very rich and chickeny. You have a little bit of ginger flavor. It's definitely more flavorful than the one from Helena's, and I actually like it better as well. The noodles are great as well, nice and fresh. It has a very soupy texture, and I would love this on a nice cold winter's day. Not that you get any in Hawaii, but either way, this is a very comforting and warm dish. Amazing. It's like chicken noodle soup, only much better. I also ordered a combo meal with the pork laulau and kalua pork. It also includes poi and hapuya, which is coconut pudding. I'm going to start by trying some of the kalua pork plain on its own. The kalua pork is amazing. It tastes freshly made, and it's the smokiest kalua pork I've had yet. It's even better than the kalua pork I had at Helena's, and definitely better than the kalua pork I had at the luau, without a doubt. This is the best kalua pork for sure I've had on this trip. It is so delicious. I highly recommend it. Now I'm going to try some of their pork laulau, and I'm curious to see how this compares to Helena's. Their pork laulau is delicious as well. It's not overly salty, and the pork is nice and tender and fatty and rich, and it goes great with the taro leaf. However, I still prefer Helena's version a little bit better, so if you're going to the Poi Factory, I definitely recommend the kalua pork over the laulau. Now I'm going to be trying some of their poi just with a little bit of kalua pork, and they make their poi fresh, so I'm really curious to see how fresh poi is. Their poi is even better here than at Helena's. It's a lot fresher, and it's really rich and thick and creamy and sticky, and it goes great with the kalua pork. Wow, I'm really digging this meal. Heck, their poi here is so good, I can literally eat it plain, and it tastes delicious. You definitely have to stop by the Waiahole Poi Factory. I definitely recommend the kalua pork and poi. Delicious. I almost forgot about the hapuya that comes with this meal. Their hapuya is much more coconutty and smooth and sweet than Helena's, and honestly, I prefer this over Helena's. So far, I'm really digging this meal. The only thing about the Waiahole Poi Factory is it is a bit of a drive, but man, it is totally worth it. I went back to the Poi Factory to get their famous dessert. It's called the Sweet Lady of Waiahole. It's hapuya ice cream, and let's go ahead and try this. I love the hapuya on its own. This is so delicious. Their ice cream is cold and smooth and creamy and rich. It almost has a buttery light taste. It's that rich, but wow, it's tasty. It's also a little bit coconutty, and I'm gonna try it with some of this brown stuff on the side. I'm not sure what it is. The brown stuff is amazing. It tastes like caramelized coconut. It's soft and chewy like caramel, a little bit coconutty, and it's sweet. So delicious with ice cream. Delicious food and delicious ice cream definitely heads to the Waiahole Poi Factory. Now I'm gonna head over to Kualoa Ranch for the Jurassic World Tour. I'm here now at Kualoa Ranch, and the tour will be starting in a few minutes.
So when you saw these bunkers here and close knit together, they all work together. This first one had a generator. The generator provided power to a twin 30 unit set. I did say unit, it's actually a mobile unit.
Right now we're just exploring a World War II bunker. This is a wall right here inside the bunker of all of the different movies filmed at Kualoa Ranch. Jumanji is one of my favorite movies. Jumanji was also filmed here. We're back on the truck now, and I just got to see the Jurassic World props.
Mr. Hammond would say, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
So they did like couple shots while they were doing this.
You know, Jurassic Park has already exceeded over $1 billion in revenue. Another movie set location right here. The only indication that film was done here are the footprints left behind by the star of the movie whose name is Godzilla.
Right here is a really cool area. This area is in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and this part is where Chris Pratt runs down this hill, escaping all the dinosaurs. Right here is the gyrosphere station from Jurassic World. Right here we are inside of the Indominus Rex enclosure from Jurassic World. This is where the Indominus Rex eats one of the workers after he's trapped inside the enclosure. Here we are inside of the control room for the Indominus Rex enclosure, and it's actually a lot smaller than I expected. I just finished my tour at Kualoa Ranch, and my tour was amazing. My tour guide especially, Uncle Leonard, he did a great job. My favorite part of the tour for sure was exploring the Indominus Rex enclosure. It felt exactly like the movie. Now I'm heading back to the Kahala area for my last dinner in Hawaii. I will be having dinner at Restaurant Aki. Here we are now at Japanese Restaurant Aki. I just placed my order and I'm going to be getting a variety of different dishes. Two dishes that I'm really looking forward to are the deep fried soft shell crab and also the shisamo, which are little grilled fish. The deep fried soft shell crab just arrived and I can't wait. I'm going to start by just trying the succulent meat. The meat is succulent and sweet, and the outer shell of the batter is very thin and crispy and light. And I love the shell. It's nice and crunchy. It's almost like a chip. And wow, this is delicious. The shisamo just arrived, and these are nice and small, so you can eat them whole just like the crab, bones and all. These are delicious. They're like tiny mackerels. It's nice and oily and flavorful, and it's perfectly grilled. You have a great char, and the bones are thin and crispy, so you can just crunch on them, and they add some texture, which is really pleasurable, really tasty. Our tonkatsu just arrived, and I'm really excited because it feels light and crispy on the outside. We're just gonna give it a little dunk in our tonkatsu sauce, and now let's dig in. This is delicious tonkatsu. The batter has the perfect texture. It's nice and thin, and you have chunks of crispy batter as you bite into it, and it's nice and crunchy. And the pork is high quality, and it's very juicy and rich, and the sauce adds a nice sweetness and tanginess that really cuts through the grease. Delicious tonkatsu. Highly recommend. It's time to try a ginger pork. It looks like it's thinly sliced pork belly, and I'm just going to eat it with a little bit of onion. The pork is delicious and paper thin, which I love, and you also have the nice texture from the crunchy onions, and the marinade really soaks into there. You definitely get a lot of fresh ginger taste and soy in there, and it's not overly salty either. Really tasty. Highly recommend this dish as well. I also got a few yakitori skewers. They're nice and small, perfect for sharing, and I got the shishito peppers, and they look perfectly charred. So let's see how this is. Shishito peppers are one of my favorite vegetables. These are some really cute shishito peppers. These are some of the smallest peppers I've ever seen, and they're really delicious. They're nice and charred and small, and they're not overly spicy, which I like, and it's really good. Definitely try shishito peppers if you've never had them before. I also ordered the chicken breast skewer, and it comes with a little bit of wasabi, so I'm just gonna eat it with wasabi on top. This chicken breast is delicious. It has the perfect char from the grill, and it's not overcooked. It literally floods your mouth with juice, and I love the wasabi. Anything wasabi, for me, tastes delicious. So yes, really good if you like wasabi. I just finished my dinner at Restaurant Aki, and this was a great last meal in Hawaii. My favorite was the shisamo, or the little fish. They were just really crispy and delicious, and I kind of felt like a giant sea monster eating the little fish, because you can eat the whole fish. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to be heading to the last place on my food list for Hawaii. It's called Ice Monster. Here I am at Ice Monster, and I'm waiting in this huge line, so it better be really good. I just got a seat, and while we're waiting, I thought I'd explain what Ice Monster is known for. Ice Monster is a Taiwanese chain, and they specialize in ice desserts. The way it works is they get a block of ice that is already infused with the syrup or flavoring, and then they shave it, so it's like an entire block of flavored ice that they're shaving instead of syrup on top of plain ice. However, mine is a little bit different because I'm getting the papaya milk sensation, so it means that they have a frozen milk and they mix in papaya flavor. So yeah, that's basically what it is instead of shaved ice. I just got my Monster Ice and I ordered the papaya sensation. It comes with boba and papaya sorbet, but I'm just going to start by trying the ice plain. The ice is really rich and creamy, and I really like that the papaya flavor is mixed into the ice. It's very light and fluffy, a lot fluffier than shaved ice. So now I'm just going to get with some of the boba. And that's actually really good. The boba is still soft and chewy and has the perfect texture. So let's see how this papaya sorbet is. That's great as well. It's smooth and it's a little bit more fruity than ice. So you definitely get that rich papaya flavor from there. That's really tasty. It didn't quite look like the picture where they served on a dish, but because it's in a bowl, it's a lot less messy. This was a really delicious dessert, and yes, I would recommend it. However, I might not come at night next time because the line is pretty long. I'm back now at the hotel, and today was an amazing last day in Hawaii. I'm pretty sad about leaving Hawaii, but today pretty much made up for that. I really enjoyed hiking up to the top of Diamond Head because that has been on my bucket list for a while, and I thought the tour at Kualoa Ranch to Jurassic World Tour was really an amazing experience. I also had some really great food today. I really enjoyed my lunch at the Poi Factory, and dinner at Aki was just amazing. I was really happy with that for being a last dinner. However, all great things must come to end, just like this trip. I really hope you guys enjoyed following along with me on my trip to Hawaii. If you enjoyed this series, make sure to give the video a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.